It should be possible as a really good waiter, bar person, or indeed telephone call centre operative, right, to earn six figures. I know that's going to play havoc with your business model.
Not at all. We have some.
You have some.
Yeah.
Right. Let me explain the logic behind this, which is I think there's a company called something like Category Pirates, and they talk about a thing called a brandquake, which is a single...
Brandquake.
A brandquake is a single experience which just has a completely disproportionate effect on your attitude going forwards towards whatever that entity is. I'll give you a very strange example.
I love the way they've come up with a new word for it rather than saying just a really successful thing we did.
I suppose the useful thing is by giving it a name. So my weird experience is, so two stories about this which are relevant. One of which is Alex Batchelor, wonderful guy who used to be the marketing director of Royal Mail. They did lots of advertising and marketing communication. They could never really make sense of what determined Royal Mail's brand perception until they had an idea and they researched it and discovered that the vast majority of anybody's attitude to Royal Mail was effectively driven by whether they liked their postman or postie.
Brilliant.
Technically, I'll be gender neutral.
Yeah.
If you liked your post person, you basically thought Royal Mail was great. Mm-hmm. The person to person, fundamentally trumps anything else in terms of a brand perception. It could be on the telephone, okay? Now, I'll give you a second example. I think Southern Water is a brilliant company.
Go on.
Okay. I know absolutely nothing about them. I don't read about their financials in the Financial Times, okay? All that happened was my wife was walking through Deal, and suddenly there was this huge fountain of water coming out of the street.
Right.
So she rings me and she says, look, I'm actually walking, but can you go and report this massive water leak on the corner of so-and-so and so-and-so? I'm at home, go online, find the Southern Water emergency number. It's a Sunday. Somebody answers. They're actually Northern, oddly. So maybe if you ring Northern Water, you get someone from Cheltenham. I don't know. But she was just absolutely charming and brilliant and really, really efficient. She said, well, actually, you're the second person to report this. Don't worry, it's an emergency. We'll have someone there in 2 hours. And then thanked me for letting them know in just a way that was just extraordinarily engaging and charming. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, literally 98% of my, I am a customer because I've got a little flat in Deal. 98% of my brand perception of that thing has been driven by that phone call.
Yeah.
And consequently, it's also true of, car dealerships, estate agents, everything else. I mean, actually taking your philosophy to the property industry would be fascinating.
How so?
Well, one interesting thing, if you talk to people who know the psychology of house buying, is the weird emotional shit plays an extraordinarily high part in what happens. So one of the reasons I think estate agents try and keep buyers and sellers away from each other as long as they can is that if the seller doesn't like the buyer or the buyer doesn't like the seller,
It's not happening.
It's not happening.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely.
No, it's totally irrelevant, right? The person is moving out. You should not care at all who it is who's selling your house.
I would say, of course, you should care, because that's going to affect exactly what you think of the property forever.
Forever.
Because
You're
you'll
right.
always
You're absolutely
remember
right.
the people who were there before and what they were. And if they were horrid, then you just don't want to live. It seems obvious.
I'll give you an example. My parents-in-law are fanatical gardeners, and if anybody wants to buy their house, just mug up on gardening for about 6 months and go in and name the plants with their Latin names. You'll get it at 200,000 off.
Yeah.
If you came along and said, "Oh, we can put a helipad over there," right? And I'm thinking of having a karting track, right? They won't sell to you at any price.
No.
Okay. Well,
It's not really.
You're right. You're right, because how you...
Maybe we are all.
You've created a
Well, no, so
garden
my
which is
parents'
a
house.
legacy. Okay, your garden is to some extent a legacy,
Yeah.
and therefore, effectively, you're pissing on someone's life. An achievement of their life.
Espressos is sponsored by supply chain software gurus Unleashed. It talks to your e-com and accounting software. It's helped Islands cut admin time in half, get granular clarity on your margins, know where your stock is, don't miss availability. Brands like Candy Kittens, Tiny Rebel and Trip all use Unleashed, and so should you.